Kia ora koto and welcome to Writing in the Margins. I'm Jules, I'm a writer, but I'm also quite an ordinary person with a job, a partner, a house, a dog, and a mental sanity to maintain. Making time for your passion is hard when you have a busy life, but it's possible and so rewarding. In Writing in the Margins, we explore how to make the time to write as a normal busy human. I chat with some fantastic writers who manage to travel, run their own business, look after the family, and still produce some incredible content. And I also share my own tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. I love writing and I know how to make the time for it no matter what. I wrote an entire book while working full-time, maintaining my relationship, hanging out with friends, and moving houses 16 times in 5 months. If you want to know how I did it and how you can too, make sure you click the subscribe button below and never miss an episode on how to make time for your passion as a normal busy person. Now let's get started. I am very tired and sleep deprived today, so I thought what better occasion to film a video about waking up at 5 a.m. I intentionally shared a whole bunch of other writing tips before admitting that I am one of those people who wake up at 5 a.m. and enjoy it. I am very well aware that waking up at 5 a.m. to write is just not for everyone. Not everyone is a morning person and not everyone has the privilege to wake up at 5 a.m. and to do all of the things that make waking up at 5 a.m. possible. But for me, there's no denying that waking up at 5 a.m. to write before work works. And today I would love to share with you how this works for me and how I do it. Number one, I go to bed really early. Ideally, I'm in bed and sleeping by 9 p.m. the night before. For me personally, there's absolutely no point trying to wake up at 5 in the morning if I haven't slept enough. Of course, I'm very privileged in this department because I don't have kids, I don't have a job that ends really late, and I just don't have obligations really. Like, I can go to bed early if I want to. I don't always go to bed at 9 p.m, but if I am planning a 5 a.m. writing session the morning after, I really try to, because getting 8 hours of sleep is essential for my productivity. Number two, I prep everything the night before. There's not really that much to prep on a day where all I plan to do is write, but what I do is I load up my stovetop with coffee and I make sure my laptop is waiting for me on my desk. On days when I plan to write before going to work, I also pack my bag for work the night before, lay out an outfit, and make sure I have my lunch packed as well. So when I wake up at 5 in the morning the day after, all I have to do is get up, go to my desk, and start writing. Number three, I don't really have a morning routine. Or maybe I should say my morning routine will wait until I'm done writing. All I do is wake up at 5, wash my face, make my coffee, and go sit and write. I don't really get dressed, I don't really brush my teeth, I have breakfast after. I just want to remove any disruption between me getting out of bed and me sitting down to write. Number four, I already know what I'm going to write about. It really helps me to have a plan or at least an idea of what I want to write about that morning. This means I'm not gonna get up before the sun comes up just to be sitting there staring at a blank page. I will talk about this more, but I do have a folder full of writing ideas on my laptop that I pick from, and I make sure I have one ready for that morning so I don't have to think about it. Number five, I know when my brain works. The reason why it works for me to wake up at 5 in the morning is because my brain is the most awake first thing in the morning. I tried to write at different times throughout the day and I just experimented, and now I know for a fact that first thing in the morning is the best time for me to write. At night it also works for me. I know for a fact that between 3 and 4 p.m. there's no way I'm gonna get anything done, but at 5 a.m. in the morning is when the magic happens. And finally, number six, I just love it. I am a morning person and I genuinely love waking up early to do something that gets me excited. I always go to bed really excited about knowing that I'm gonna wake up really early in the morning after to write, because I love it. I love writing. I love being up before everyone else is up. It's just something that gets me going. So this is what I mean by waking up at 5 a.m. is not for everyone, and that is fine. If you're more of a night owl school and you're more productive at night, then great, go for it. If you do prefer to write from 3 to 4 p.m. in the afternoon, go for that. I'm absolutely not saying that everyone should wake up at 5 a.m. to write. What I am saying is that I encourage you to experiment and find a time of the day that works for you and try and do all you can to make sure that you can sit down and write in the perfect time of the day for you. I've known that 5 in the morning is the best time for me, and I've known it for a long time, but it also took me a long time to figure it out. So don't be afraid to experiment. Just go out and try it. You also don't have to look like this if you wake up at 5 in the morning. I just didn't sleep enough last night, and I did not wake up at 5 this morning because I really needed that sleep. And I do always prioritize sleep. So if one night I know I cannot go to bed early enough, then I will not have a writing session the morning after, and that's also fine. Anyway, as usual, thank you so much for stopping by and happy writing. Speak later.